to speak about a discipline, a profession I've been involved with since the 1960s. I thank God that I belong to the profession of geography, and more so that I've been privileged to play some role in the propagation of the geographical information, geographical discipline, geographical knowledge in Nigeria. Started in 1961 when I entered the Department of Geography, University of Ibadan, then University College Ibadan. I finished among the top grades in the department that year, 1964, and then went to Australia for my PhD in geomorphology. I came back in 1968, and between 1968 and now, I have been in the department, mostly as a teacher, lecturer, but also as a researcher. If I want to talk about the link between geography in the classroom and geography in the outside of the classroom, I will just talk about my role, or the role that the professional association, originally Nigerian Geographical Association but now Association of Nigerian Geographers, has been playing. I joined that association as an undergraduate. I happened to be among the first fellows in 1982, and I have stayed with the association today. In fact, in March this year, that was when I met Mr. Folayan, and I was very, very intrigued by his presentation on geomentoring, which I consider to be the solution, or at least a solution to the problem of geography in Nigeria today. Geography in Nigeria, and I make bold to say that by the time you capture what geography is at the University of Ibadan, you are going to have a very fair picture of what geography is doing in Nigeria. Let me recall a few occasions when geography in Ibadan tried to reach out. In 1972, the department published a book titled Planning in Nigeria, a Geographical Approach. It was a conscious effort to reach out on what geography has to contribute to development. In 1977, the department also hosted Africa in a regional conference on regional planning and development in Africa, in tropical Africa. Professor Maboboje was chairman, I was secretary, and a book came out of that, which is still on the market. But when my years as the president of the Nigerian Geographical Association then, that was 1990, we were privileged to be given two consultancies at the association, and one was to identify communities in Nigeria, and we also had one on mapping of communities in cities, Nigerian cities. These documents were submitted to the federal government. Then the DPRI, Director of Road, Food and Rural Infrastructure, with Professor Babu here as Executive Secretary. That was when we were directly linking up with the schools. Unfortunately, I don't think that organization, that commission is still very strong, but at Osogbo in March, effort was made to revamp that, especially with that symposium, that wonderful symposium which held at Osogbo. The conference, annual general meeting of the Association of Nigerian Geographers at Osogbo in March has begun a very good project in two areas. The one that the organization is trying to promote, and that came from the University of Lagos, where the department is partnering with some schools, secondary schools. The problem of geography in secondary school is very fundamental, partly because what Nigerians think of geography is not what geography is, and we need people who know what geography is to go to the school, to the secondary school, and teach what geography is, and also expose or tell the students what they stand to gain by studying geography. Personally, I believe that studying geography as a discipline can help you to develop to develop into a level of maturity, because the subject gives you an opportunity to bring many ideas together and integrate. Because geography is an amalgam of a number of issues that relate to development. The physical environment, the human environment, that's where we have the two of them brought together. There's no other discipline that I know that brings human and physical environment together. We may not go into details of human like psychology and sociology, but we have enough components of human geography that can present humans what they are and link them to the environment in which they live. And these are the traditions that geography should retain. Some people talk about separating physical from human geography. I don't subscribe to that. I'm happy Nigeria has not done that. They are doing that in Britain or some other places. So, in talking about what geography has to contribute to development, it says in this viewpoint that development is a holistic thing. It's not something that separates things. That you take man, you take this one separately. So the high point of geography, if I can make it, is when geography has the opportunity to bring its own expertise to bear in serving government. And I've referred to two studies which we carried out for DPRI and MAMSA respectively. I also referred to the book we published. There are other publications, 50 Years of Geography at Ibadan, which I would advise everybody to read, because it shows what we are doing. To popularize geography, I think one of the things we can do, and this has been done by people like Professor Ologe at Zaria, where he studied where geography students are or were at that point in time. And of all the disciplines in the university, there is no other discipline that compares with geography as far as the number of places where geographers are employed. They are employed in industry, they are employed in teaching, they are employed in name it. When I finished in 1964 and I went to Port Harcourt, because I was interested in geomorphology, an oil company was willing to employ me. But because I already made up my mind to do PhD, I didn't even take it. And that's what you are. If you look at where geographers are today, you will like to be a geographer. This outfit is one of them. I mean, you can extend, you can develop into any area of development, any area you are in. Currently, what I've been doing for the past 10, 20 years, is trying to bring geography into the training of pastors, especially the environment component, such that pastors will preach and teach about the care of the environment. Geography takes very, very keen interest in the care of the environment, because we know what the environment is and we know the delicacies of the environment, and so we stand in the position to teach and to help people to take care of the environment and keep the environment as the good that lays the golden egg. We don't kill that good, we will continue to lay eggs. So overall, what I can say is that I think if anybody who is gifted, and I think there's an element of giftedness, and who is also ready to, who is willing to stick his neck out or her neck out, get into geography. I mean, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. You can grow into any area of the development. Be it economics. Professor Mabobunje is one of the most renowned economists in the world. Be it population, Professor Udo, go to Professor Udo. Be it the land or environment, myself and many others, Professor the Matters in the area of environment. Anywhere you turn into, you become geographer, because of their discipline, because of their training in getting their feet on the ground. And that's where I think we can stop. Geography is concerned with the land. The land is the scene of all development. And if you can understand what is on the land, what the land represents, then you can do anything you want to do with it in its development. All the resources, most of the resources that we deal with are part of the land. The atmosphere, the lithosphere, the biosphere, name it, the atmosphere. And that is what we do in geography. And I want to recommend, I want to advise, I want to encourage our young girls and boys in the secondary school to allow geography to continue. And to cap it all, GeoMentor Africa Legacy is a wonderful opportunity to achieve the goal which I have in mind. That's all. Geography being a first choice, or a choice subject when students are trying to get into the university or even in the secondary school. Therefore, it will be necessary for all departments of geography, all geographers, or people who have geographical flair, to cooperate and team up and do anything they can to encourage these young outfit to be able to take us to where we want to be. GeoMentor Africa Legacy. That's a wonderful outfit that we need today. From what I learned about that group at Oshobo in March, I have every assurance that if geographers in Nigeria can cooperate and collaborate with that group, it will reach the height. And if this experiment works in Nigeria, with our population, with our influence, with all that Nigeria is to Africa, the vision of extending to other parts of Africa is a reality. And I can say also that since geography is a global phenomenon, it's not a regional or local phenomenon, Geo-Mentor Africa legacy will become a global phenomenon.